Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Trey the Terrible Collector. If you've been checking in so far, we've opened up Wolverine and Forge from the early 90s Toy Biz X-Men toy line. These guys need somebody to fight, and who better to get in on the action than the vicious Sabretooth.
You're gonna scream for me.
Sabretooth, also known as Victor Creed, is usually known as a villain to the X-Man Wolverine. However, he first appeared in a comic featuring Iron Fist, the hero for hire. Sabretooth has a lot of the same abilities as Wolverine, a regenerative healing factor, super heightened senses, and a feral animalistic nature. The difference between the two is that while Wolverine has always been fighting against his feral animalistic self, trying to become a better person, a more human person, Sabretooth leans into it. He's known for his bloodlust, his vicious attacking. He murders just for the fun of it. In fact, in the recent comics where the X-Men joined up with the likes of Mr. Sinister, Magneto, and Apocalypse, one of the villains who they just couldn't get themselves to bring on board was Sabretooth. He doesn't have a ton of redeeming qualities in the mainline universe. However, in a couple of alternate universes, he's been shown to be a hero. He was featured in an Exiles comic and also in the Age of Apocalypse comic. He had a heroic turn. This guy, however, is the villain himself. So I guess we should just dig right in. We are sticking with a trend from the earlier toys with the purple background on the supervillains. Up in the top corner, we've got the supervillains who are going to appear in this series: Sabretooth, Sauron, Mr. Sinister, and another version of the Magneto character. Over here, we've got some of his old school art, and it informs us that he has self-healing wounds. Around on the back, we've got a brief synopsis of the history of Sabretooth and an indication of his powers. He has self-healing wounds, so let's get in here and see what those actually look like. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. We've got our rogue card that we'll get into here in a minute. Very nice. Sabretooth does feature bending in his arms and legs. However, his head doesn't move because he's got kind of this buildup of fur around the outside. Another cool thing, and I don't know if we'll be able to actually make it work, his eyes are meant to glow in the dark. We'll expose that to some blue light or black light here in a minute and see if we can make that work. He comes with a little talon accessory, which seems a little extraneous considering his claws are already on there, but very cool. Lots of detail here in the fur on his boot cuffs and on his gloves, as well as around his neck. This is his early costume. He eventually changed into a more streamlined one that you saw in the animated series, but this was his look in the comics for a long time. If we can get in there, he's got wounds, 3 claw slashes meant to look like he was attacked by Wolverine, and then you can heal him by flicking a lever in the back. And I believe if we strike the... maybe not. But the idea is that when he gets in a battle, his wounds appear, and then he can quickly heal. Very, very cool. All right, now that the X-Men have somebody to fight, let's get into our... Today's trading card and extra fact belong to Rogue. Rogue has a bit of an interesting family history. She is the foster daughter of the evil mutant Mystique, and Mystique at one point had a relationship with Victor Creed, Sabretooth, the subject of today's video. The two of them spawned a child named Graydon Creed, who grew up to be a regular human and not a mutant. And because of his parents and the way that he was raised, he grew up hating mutants and eventually ran for president, becoming a consistent thorn in the side of the X-Men. So Rogue, in a roundabout way, shares some family ties with Sabretooth. Thank you so much for joining us for another nostalgic trip down memory lane. It's so much fun opening up these old pieces of my childhood, and it's way more fun being able to open it up with you guys there at home. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And until next time, y'all have been wonderful. I have been terrible, and we'll see you again soon.